We understand risk, we manage risk, but this imperils the livelihoods of so many people.
There has to be an exit plan, and if it's not now, when? Are we going to wait for a disaster to happen before we say enough's enough?
This isn't environmentalists against an oil company. These are, citizens and business leaders that have to take responsibility so we protect this very important asset.
American Spoon is a specialty food company based here in Petoskey, Michigan. So we make our preserves in incredibly small batches. We concentrate flavor. We know our customers appreciate the value, and that's what we're all about. That's what we've been doing for 35 years now.
We have 165 employees in our 3 operations. It's important for them to have opportunities to stay and work in the area, and then that's what we've provided.
Every year we take north of 400,000 people to Mackinac Island. Clean water is essential for what we do. If we don't have clean water, I'm not sure people are going to go to Mackinac Island. I certainly wouldn't want to get out on the Straits of Mackinac.
Really everything we do is enhanced and benefited by the unique impact Lake Michigan has on the climate here, and our knowledge that so many of our partners, our farmers, our growers depend on the lake for water, and so much of our business depends on people loving this place for its lakes, being attracted to its beaches, and enjoying, I think, the iconic summer that northern Michigan offers.
I'm 4th generation captain here on the Great Lakes. I grew up in a blue and white rusted out trailer behind our main office, and that's where my childhood was. I'd fish here, this is where I hung out and have been since birth, really.
You can have a beautiful area like this, but with the summer seasonality, you actually have to have infrastructure and capabilities so that people can live here, so they can support the tourism business of those 3 short summer months.
Enbridge is a Canadian pipeline company, and I certainly understand that they have business goals and objectives. I think there are all sorts of very meaningful reasons to be concerned about Line 5, about a pipeline that carries petroleum products beneath the Straits of Mackinac and through the Great Lakes.
I mean, we're just coming off the Kalamazoo River spill of Enbridge, and that disaster in the Kalamazoo area, and for those folks down there, and for their way of life, their waterfall, all of that stuff that we're talking about up here.
What I have trouble understanding and rationalizing is why we should risk the billions of dollars in economic value that the Great Lakes provide to everyone and free of charge, so that they can connect the dots on a map and take the shortest distance possible from the source of their fossil fuels to the refinery back in Canada.
I am 1000% for the beauty and the protection of our environment. That's number one. But there's such a critical economic impact that would so adversely affect this region, and it wouldn't be a 6-month problem. It'd be a 6 to 12-year problem, like we've seen other parts of the U.S. that have been impacted by major oil spills.
We have an opportunity as a state to not let that happen, not let another disaster happen to our not only our way of life, but also our prime source of life, which is water.
Being one of the initial members of the Great Lakes Business Network, the great thing that we are today is a cross-section of businesses that represent, what is going on here in the economic growth and expansion.
The Great Lakes Business Network was an important way for us to engage as members of a business community and give some dimension to the potential impact for an oil spill in the Great Lakes. That it would really, in so many ways, be an existential threat to our economic way of life.
This is a responsibility issue, and the point is that, we have proven with facts that the infrastructure that supports that pipeline, the age of the pipeline, the corrosion on the pipeline, the invasive species that have increased the weight on that pipeline, and then the natural hazards and risks of things hitting it, denting it. All of those have happened.
As business people, we're inherent risk takers, but we're also inherent risk managers. And when we look at the risk posed by the pipeline in the Straits, by Line 5, the risk and the reward don't seem to match up.
there's an economic impact that this state needs to understand. It's not a one-dimensional topic of environmentalism against energy. It's about economic impact and economic risk.
A decision going forward is clear to me that the pipeline has to be shut down, that there has to be another way to transport oil to relevant markets. This future is unacceptable.
The Great Lakes are what they are, and we plead, let's keep it exactly what they are, the Great Lakes. It's a no-brainer to me.